together at Housing and Urban Development for many years. The key for a state or a region or a city, you want to be ahead of the economic curve. Who is attracting the businesses of tomorrow today? And that is the city, the state, the region that will flourish. Economic development is the engine that pulls the train, period. Either you are creating jobs or you are losing jobs. Either you are part of the economy of tomorrow or you're part of the economy of yesterday. This is a competition. And for us, it's about being part of the economy of tomorrow. And Amazon, no doubt, is a big, big asset in the entire tech space. I believe there's going to be a positive synergy with many of the other companies, Cornell Tech, Google, Squarespace. So I think it's exciting for Amazon. I know it's exciting for the state of New York. And it is exactly putting us ahead of the curve. This was a very difficult process. As I mentioned, 54 states supposedly competed. We know from public information that many of the states and cities were offering more in economic incentives than we were offering. We believe that we had other benefits that were inherent to what we were already doing and, with the arrogance of a New Yorker, inherent to New York. But there's no doubt that it was a very tough competition, and I want to credit the teams that actually did this. The state-city partnership made it happen. It would not have happened without the partnership. I applaud the people on my side, Howard Zemsky and Robert Mujica, and on the city side, Alicia Glenn and James Patchett did a great, great job working together. There were a lot of twists and turns, and they had to constantly adjust, and they did. And they did a magnificent job, otherwise we wouldn't be here. And I believe the credit goes to the top, to the CEO, because we know the blame goes to the top whenever there's bad news. So I think the credit goes to the top, and I think the credit goes to the mayor of the city of New York. Congratulations. Job well done. Congratulations.
First, I want to say, Governor, congratulations to you, your team, Rob Mujica, Howard Zemsky, everyone on your team. I know this was a very, very intensive effort over the last year. As you said, absolutely nationwide competition. I don't think we've quite seen anything like this before. States putting a huge, and cities putting a huge amount of subsidy dollars forward. We had to play to the whole range of strengths that we have. I think your team did a great job with that. And the proof is in the pudding here. I know for you, there's a special meaning in this as a proud son of Queens. That this is
no bias. I had no bias.
That's right. Particularly, look, it's a great day for New York City. It's an extraordinary day for Queens. And it's something that everyone should be very proud of. That once upon a time, people thought of New York City, they only thought of Manhattan. As a Brooklynite, I never liked that. As a son of Queens, I know you never liked that. Well, what has happened, I'm proud that we've been able to do a lot of this together, is we really have a five-borough economy now. We also have the extraordinary renaissance of Brooklyn. We've been seeing it happening in Queens, the Bronx, Staten Island. This certainly consolidates Queens as a great economic capital and consolidates New York City as a great international tech hub. So there's a lot for you and your team to be proud of. I want to say with real appreciation to John Shuttler, your team bargains hard, and your team was extraordinarily thoughtful, creative, professional. But from the beginning, you laid out that you were ready to do something that no one had ever seen before. Because I want people to go back and look at the history of what we previously considered to be a great jobs acquisition deal. What we previously thought was a lot of new jobs, that's been wiped away by this deal. This is by far the biggest new jobs deal in the history of New York City, the history of New York State. But I want to give credit where credit is due. Amazon came forward with a vision. You said from word one you were looking for where you could find the talent. Many other factors, but what came shining through is where can you find the best talent in the world. And I know from the meetings I was a part of and my team was a part of, you not only wanted the best talent, you wanted diverse talent. I want to commend you for that. Well, I can say to you, Mr. Shuttler, and to everyone at Amazon, you came to the right place. Because we have the finest talent in the world, we have the most diverse talent, and it's going to help your company to move forward, and we are so glad to have you here. So thank you so much. Congratulations to Amazon. I'll be brief, but I gotta say to Alicia, Glenn, to James Patchett, to their teams, I was briefed constantly on this, and there was an immense amount of work that took place over the course of a year. I saw, again, on our side, tremendous creativity, effort, a sense of persistence that goes with our great city and our great state. And this was not by any stretch. Some people out there talk about foregone conclusions. I can say there were no foregone conclusions in this process. This was a long, hard-fought battle. I think both of you and your teams did an extraordinary job. So congratulations to you. Well done. To the elected officials, to Congressmember Carolyn Maloney, now in the majority, I'd like to note. Look forward to calling you chairwoman quite soon. Assemblymember Kathy Nolan, who already is a chair, thank you both for your support. We're going to do a lot of great work together. I want to note someone who could not be with us but believes in this 110%, Senator Chuck Schumer, who I've spoken to several times about the importance of winning Amazon's presence here in New York City, believes that this is going to be a game changer for our city and our state. He has been a huge booster, and his support always matters, and he's been a big part of this too, so I want to give him a real shout out. This is something I think people all over Long Island City, all over Queens, all over the city, folks in the tech community, folks in business, folks in civic organizations, there's a lot of people who see the extraordinary potential that's being opened up here. I want to thank so many people who are present here from the community. From the business sector, from the civic sector, understand what this could mean for all of us. Special shout out to Gary LaBarbera, because there's going to be a huge number of new union construction jobs, and we're excited about that. There's also going to be a lot of union jobs once the buildings are built in building services, and we're really looking forward to that as well. Also, this site is very near to the largest public housing development in all of the United States of America, Queensbridge Houses. I want to shout out April Simpson, President of the Residents Association. And April is a great advocate for the residents of Queensbridge, but I can tell you right here, baked into the deal, a lot of great specific efforts to help the residents of Queensbridge, training, job opportunities. It's really exciting what this is going to mean. One of the biggest companies on earth, next to the biggest public housing development in the United States. The synergy is going to be extraordinary. We're going to get a lot done together. Also want to say, we know another city, another state benefited here, and I want to give them credit and give them congratulations to Governor Ralph Northam of Virginia, and to Katie Crystal, who's the Arlington County Board Chair in the area of Crystal City. They fought hard. They won as well, so we share that. Congratulations with you. Everyone, look, I want to put this in human terms so that everyone understands what this means for New York City, because I hear every day New Yorkers, folks who live in public housing saying, where can I get a job? Where can I get opportunity? Kids who are in our public schools who want to get into the tech community. Students at CUNY, students who just graduated from CUNY, who are looking for that opportunity. This is going to open the doors for all of them. I have to say, in my dealings with the tech community writ large, I've never seen more focus on education and training. And it's something that's been a great blessing for this city. This plan really pulls that all together in a powerful manner. We're going to have an opportunity here for tens of thousands of New Yorkers, everyday New Yorkers, kids who come up through our public schools, kids who go to our community colleges and our four-year colleges, to have opportunity at Amazon. And not just at Amazon, but we know that Amazon's presence is going to help to build the entire tech sector. In this city now, that tech ecosystem is about 350,000 jobs. Just got a huge boost from Amazon's decision to come here. But we know that's only going to spark a lot more growth. We see a future where that tech community could be 500,000 jobs or more. And that's going to be great for everyday New Yorkers looking for opportunity. The quality of the jobs, too. Astounding that the average salary we're talking about here, $150,000. It's amazing the opportunity that's going to create. But remember, there's going to be a lot of jobs in that building, or those buildings, that for folks that are going to make less than $150,000, but are going to make a great salary, and are going to come in and have opportunity like they never had before. So there's something extraordinary, not about just this, but what it's going to lead to, the multiplier effect here. Look, from the beginning, what I've said is this has to be a city for everyone. And the things the city has focused on have been about building that foundation, making us a safe city, the safest big city in America, building affordable housing, creating educational opportunity. But it all comes together in also creating great jobs that everyday New Yorkers can get. So this is the piece of the puzzle that takes us even farther. We're going to work with Amazon and work with the whole technology community to build a workforce even better than today's. And we're proud of what we have now, but with our Computer Science for All initiative in our schools, with our tech talent pipeline, with all the exciting work being done at Cornell Technion, there's going to be more and more talent. You're going to see a constant upswing in the kind of talent that's available in this town, and we're excited about that. There's a reason. There's a reason even before this great decision by Amazon, Google had made a decision to keep expanding. Facebook, you've seen so many companies decide that you can't achieve what you want to achieve if you're not in New York City. And Amazon has now put the biggest exclamation point in the world on that. And we are so, so proud of that. And I think for Long Island City, for Queens, again, this is going to open up a huge number of doors for economic development way beyond just the tech community. Let's be clear. We're excited for Amazon. We're happy for Amazon, but I want to be really straightforward. We don't, in the public sector, the City of New York, we don't measure success in corporate profits. We measure success in how many everyday people benefit. This plan that we all put together, we are convinced, is going to benefit everyday New Yorkers in huge numbers, tens of thousands. And it's going to be something that really transforms people's lives. You've heard the facts on the numbers. I want to emphasize the other pieces of the plan. The public space that's being created is going to be a great asset for Long Island City. The training programs that are being created, the space for arts groups, industrial groups, a lot of things people have been arguing for, fighting for, they're going to be there. A lot of infrastructure spending has already been done in Long Island City. A lot is planned for Long Island City, over $2 billion. More will keep coming in as more and more positive development occurs. So for folks in Long Island City who are rightfully saying, how are we going to get the support we need to make this work for our community, I can say the city and the state are ready to stand by you, make sure that that support is there, because Long Island City is growing for a reason, for a very good reason, and we want to support that with the kind of infrastructure investment needed. Finally, just want to accent what you heard about the tax base impact. And I think this has been left out of the discussion a little bit too much. The governor had a slide there that was absolutely astounding, 9-to-1 positive impact, tax revenue coming back to the state and city versus the incentive programs. The city alone, we project $13.5 billion in tax revenues over 25 years. Folks who look at this have to look at the whole picture. This is a city that believes in helping people. This is a city that believes in lifting people up, helping folks who haven't had as much opportunity. Sometimes that's job training, sometimes that's in public education, sometimes it's in public housing, you name it. We need resources to make all that happen, and we need resources to keep developing that for the people of the city. $13.5 billion new tax revenue for New York City. That's part of how we keep this a city that actually supports everyone. I want to thank everyone who's involved. We've talked about in New York City, our vision is to be the fairest big city in America. This is going to help us do it. And Governor, just with your indulgence for a moment, because it is New York City, I have to say a few quick words in Espanol. Hoy la ciudad de Nueva York da un paso gigante hacia una prosperidad sostenible para todos. Amazon va a abrir una sede en Long Island City con 40,000 empleos bien pagados. Nuestra ciudad se unió para lograr esta victoria para los trabajadores neoyorquinos. Congratulations to all. Muchísimas gracias.
Well done. Also an unrelated point, Stan Lee passed away yesterday. He was a great New Yorker.
Yes.
Fantastic career, great contribution, Marvel Comics, but he was a classic New Yorker. He used to end with the word Excelsior. Excelsior is the state motto. I've been trying to introduce it to the younger generation. It says everything. Ever upward. Excelsior, ever upward, ever upward. Aspirational. That's what New York is all about. And that's what Stan Lee meant when he signed off Excelsior, ever upward. And today is an ever upward day. This is big, big news. As I said, we have never, in the history of the state's economic development, we think the largest economic development project besides this one that brought the most jobs was about 1,500 jobs. This on the low end is 25,000 jobs, just to put it in perspective. So it's a great, great day. Any questions on topic or for myself? I know you have questions for the mayor alone, and when we're finished with the on topic, I'll excuse myself, and John will excuse himself, and you can talk to the mayor about any specifics.
Let me ask you first of all, and you've heard the folks say, if you've got this kind of money, why not spend it on somewhere? And then also to Mr. Chavez, because it is New York City, we've got a lot of smart people here, it is New York, we really need to spend almost $3 billion to get you to come here.
Well, welcome to New York.
Yeah. New York Press Corps, nothing like it.
Yeah.
You can either do this or you can go to the dentist. With no anesthesia.
What he meant to say was he's happy to see you're coming
he
here.
Said, it's a New Yorker's way of saying, welcome, we like you.
We'll do simultaneous
Yes,
translation.
yes. Because he was smiling, that's how you can tell. We don't have this kind of money. We're going to make this kind of money from this transaction. For every dollar we invest, we're going to get back about $9, give or take. So to find the money that we need to invest in the subways, invest in schools, etc., this is a big money maker for us. Costs us nothing. Nada, niente, goose. We make money doing this. And to get Amazon here, did we have to win the competition? Yes, we had to win the competition. Amazon, in some ways, and I've said that to some of you before, Amazon just memorialized what was going on already. There has always been a competition among states and cities for businesses. And there is a constant bidding war, existing businesses and new businesses, where states and cities have been in competition with each other. And we'll have existing businesses in New York who get a call from a state on a weekly basis saying, if you come here, we'll offer you this, we'll offer you this, we'll offer you this. Amazon sort of memorialized it by announcing it and giving the scale of what they were doing. But it was not a new concept to the Alicia Glens or the Howard Zemskys of the world. This is day in, day out, the status of economic development. There's constant and ferocious competition among the different states and the different cities. And if they get a better offer from someone else, they'll go somewhere else. And look, we start with a liability. You can go to a state and pay no income tax, right? If you're Amazon and you're sitting there making a decision, looking at the numbers, you go to Texas, you go to Florida, you go to Virginia, who competed here, they have about half the income taxes that we have. So it's not a level playing field to begin with. And you're factoring against that from the get-go.
I think the governor answered it very well. And, but, you know, we have to perform. We have to hire people, and we have to be here. And we will invest billions of dollars before the city and the state start seeing any money. So it comes from us first.
Governor, why does our incentive package work twice as much per employee as the one handed out by Virginia today?
I don't know how they calculated it and what they actually calculated. So I don't have an idea of how they put together their transaction. But again, we don't start in the same place with Virginia, right? They have about half, their income tax rate is just about half of what our income tax rate is. So you have to factor in all the elements. But I don't know what they count in and what they count out. Are they counting cost of job on direct jobs or on the direct plus indirect jobs? So there's all sorts of ways to work these numbers.